Welcome to Crypto Coin Guru. So we're going to try something new here. This is the first video, so let's see what we can do. The main goal of this video here is basically to get into understanding the technology behind an altcoin. And in particular, for this month, we're going to be focusing on ARK. Now, I've watched a ton of YouTube videos and I've talked to a lot of people, and when you talk to them, what they're doing is they're telling you, hey, this coin, Stellar, is going to the moon, or hey, that coin, Monero, do this, that, which is all great. But what that really is just building hype, right? And we don't want to simply build hype and invest on hype. What we want to do is we want to understand technology. We want to understand what we're investing in and what the potential is of that crypto or that stock or that product, right? And this is something really big to understand. A lot of these explicits of it's going to the moon or this, it's all the hype behind it, they're all being touted as get rich quick schemes. And I'm going to call them schemes because there's no actual real way to get rich quick, right? You really have to, when you invest in anything, you really have to look at what you're investing in and think about what it means to you. Now, keep in mind that we're not putting money into penny stocks. We don't want to see a big boom and then all of a sudden a crash, right? Because that type of investment or trading habits, so to speak, can be really volatile. And what that means is you may be putting money into a quote unquote cheap stock or a penny stock, and the next thing you know, you've lost all your money. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to get rich quick. What we want to do is we want to build wealth, because that wealth that you build is what creates security, right? We want our $100 to go to $1,000. And then that 1,000 to go to 4,000, and that 4,000 to 8,000. So 10 years down the road, when we look at it, we actually have this secure amount of wealth, rather than doing this it's $2 up here, or it's $10 up there. Oh no, it just dropped by $5. I honestly, personally, I couldn't do that, for the reason that it is way too exhausting. It's a lot of emotion. And you make a lot more mistakes. The more trades you make, the higher probability of making a lot more mistakes in your trades. I'm more into the investing aspect of it. So what I like to do is I like to take a look at what the coin is, what the technology behind it is, and what we're going to go ahead and invest in. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at ARK, right? So before we do this, I want to go into CoinMarketCap and actually take a look at where ARK is. Now, yesterday, ARK was at about 40, 2 days ago, it was at 49, and then yesterday was at about 46. So we're seeing here today that ARK is sitting at 45, which is really good that it keeps increasing, getting higher up there. But what I'm really concerned about is what the market cap is. And currently we're looking at $692 million, right? That's nice. I like that. I really do. And the other thing that I look at before I even go into the details is we're looking at the amount of currency or the amount of coins that are out in circulation. And at this moment, it's about 97.9 million. Right, that's a fair amount of coins. It's not in the billions that we've seen with like the iOS token and whatnot. But then again, we're looking at a different idea, a different concept. Now, as far as where it stands, it's about $7.07. And if I go ahead and change it up here over to the actual graph here, you'll see the market cap. It has been growing and it continues to grow. We did have a spike on January 9th, January 10th actually, And then we saw it come crashing down with the rest of the market as we saw a sea of red. But it is, again, going up and down, and we're looking at it's on the upward stroke here. Personally, I don't like to buy anything on an upward stroke. For today, it's at a 6.41% increase in the US dollar. Yesterday, we were in the 20s. So I already have a stake in this. So for complete transparency, I love this coin. I think it's a great coin to invest in. I have stake in it. I'm looking at adding more stake, but again, at a dip. I never add money as it's going up. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to leave this up so you can take a look at the market cap, the volume, the last 24-hour volume of 16 million US dollars, circulating supply. Total supply is at 131 million. So we're already at 97.9 million. It's at 131 million is the total supply. So when I look at that, I think that, hey, this coin, it has the potential to really get up there in price. So if you are investing and looking at an investment, you do want to see that if there is going to be growth or not, right? This one shows potential for growth, but more so than just the monetary growth, it shows a lot of potential in the technology that it has going. So what I want to do is, I want to talk about this platform that's called ARK. And basically the plan it has basically to push forward the mass cryptocurrency adoption for the common person or the common consumer, right? And what I want to understand and get across to you is that it was developed from the same team that was a part of Lisk or Crypti and BitShares. And with the unique differences and improvements in these platforms, ARK came to fruition, right? And the great thing is it runs on a delegated proof of stake consensus algorithm, which we'll get into deep details into in the rest of the video here. Not only that, we're going to go in and talk about how it achieves this goal, this really ambitious goal of developing and launching a diverse set of consumer tools that can be used in the real life world to push cryptos outside of this realm of speculation and into an actual product where there's real use for the coin. And when there's real use, there's profit, right? Now this platform relies on smart bridges to basically extend the reach of its operations to other blockchains. Not to be confused with other side chains. These allow blockchains to be basically connected by sending and receiving, I want to call it trigger function notices and informational data through this primary network, the ARK network, by a custom developed smart bridge and encoded listeners. Now, if that means gibberish to you, don't worry. We're going to break it up. We're going to break it down, and we're going to definitely break down the white paper because, I always say, always check out the white paper. Before I go on any further, I also want to acknowledge that, we run Crypto Coin Guru for you guys, and what we're starting to do now is we're starting to take Litecoin and Bitcoin donations. So if you really like what we're doing, by all means, don't hesitate to donate. I will go ahead and we'll post up the wallets where you could send whatever, $1, $2, $5. These things help out quite a bit in keeping us funded, keeping the servers up, paying for it on a yearly basis, and more so than that, the time that it takes to actually do the research that we present to you guys. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go back to ARK. So what I really want to talk about in this video is the ecosystem, its plans, and how it plans to stimulate cryptocurrency mass adoption, and how it plans to offer multiple consumer tools and platforms like a card network, game tokens, anonymous transactions, multi-signature accounts, and a lot more other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on its speed, so its features, right? How fast it is, how decentralized it is, right? Why and how it's decentralized, the smart bridge technology and how it can be used, why it's used, and where it's being used currently, the sustainability of it, and most importantly, the ARK ecosystem and what it consists of, right? And what we want to do is we're going to dive into these developers, who these developers are, where they came from, and why this group of developers is a group that I will stake, that they're going to do great things, especially with their background. And that's very critical. What I do want you to know is you can go to ark.io and find out about this project, at least the surface of it, and check out their team, right? Mike Doty, FX Thureens, Lars Rensing. You can check out the rest of the team on here, where they're from, what they are, what their position is. You can definitely go to the exchange and see what exchanges offer this cryptocurrency to be traded. For instance, we see ARK can be used on the Bittrex exchange, Binance, Upbit, BitZ, Cross.io, OKX, Cryptopia, Lightbit, CoinSpot, CryptoMate, CoinSwitch, BuyUCoin, Bittrex. So, I mean, you can get this cryptocurrency in almost every exchange that is accessible to you, regardless of where you are in the world, right? And I really want to show you the movement of it as well. We've seen a peak, right? And the highest peak here is we saw it at $10.22, and then we saw it dip down to a crash down here about 492 or 497 when everything went down. But we see it moving up again. So the potential for it to get up there again is very high. And especially considering the fact that these guys just did a, I don't want to say merger, but they did they're doing a collaboration with a decentralized exchange. So they've just collaborated. So that's huge. But before we get into all of that, what I really, really want to focus in and let you guys know is, guys, when you're investing in any cryptocurrency, regardless of what it is, right? I really want you to think about two things. One is, how is this cryptocurrency unique? And the other is, what problem does this solve, right? Who are we kidding? I always want you to be aware that there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there. There's over 2,000 of them, right? And not all 2,000 of them are legitimate. Some have theories. And again, theories are great, but a theory means nothing unless it comes to fruition, unless there's a product, unless there's a prototype. And those are some things that I'm really looking at when I'm looking at doing research on my coins is there a theory? Is there a roadmap, right? And is there, of all things, right, a prototype or or a product? And if we look at the roadmap, we see here products in the making for ARK. And the greatest thing is there are completed products. So I know that this cryptocurrency is not something that's going to preach a theory to me, and then after about 4 years, it's going to disappear. That's huge. That's really, really big for me. And it should be too for you when you're thinking about putting your hard-earned money into an investment, right? Again, going to the website, you can see developers, you're going to see wallets, and we're going to go ahead and go into detailed research on this and I'm going to break down the white papers for you and all that fun stuff, the smart bridges, all the information that you need, and all the information that may be a little bit confusing when you read the white papers. But no matter how much of it you gain information from these white papers, it's only 17 pages. I highly recommend you reading it, because even if you come out with 20% of new information from it, that's 20% of information that the other investors may not have. That's 20% more power that you have as an investor to make the correct decision, right? And that's what we do in the members section. We're going to break down this white paper. We're going to break it down to the nitty gritty and get to the details, get to the technology, get to why this is such an amazing concept. And more so than a concept, why it's an amazing product that's already out there and working, and how they're going to innovate it even further within the next 5 years. So ARK is a technology that I'm looking at investing and am investing in for the next 5 years. So it's 2018 now. I'm going to put money into it, and I'm going to keep putting money into it until until possibly 2023. That's 5 years, right? At a minimum. And I'm going to come back to it at 2023 and also look at it and say, hey, do I want to keep it going? Are they continually progressing in their vision? And do I want to keep my money in there for another 5 years? So I'm looking at this as a long term, right? And it solves a lot of issues. And one of them being is interoperability. We're gonna think about this here. Imagine I want to send you 10 Litecoin, but you don't do Litecoin, or you don't have a Litecoin wallet. You only like working with Ethereum. So right now, what I would have to do is I would have to go to an exchange, take my Litecoin, get the best exchange rate, convert it to Ethereum, put it in my Ethereum wallet, and then send it to you. We lose a lot of time, a lot of energy, and to some extent, some money, right? Going through the exchange process. What ARK wants to do is it wants to simplify it. It wants to take this concept of you sending your Litecoin to the Ethereum wallet, and ARK being that bridge, doing all the work that you would have been doing, and putting it together and putting that amount of money that you sent, that currency, into Ethereum and into the recipient's wallet within seconds. And right now we're talking about a time frame of 8.5 seconds. That is ridiculously fast. That is pretty much faster than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Lisk. To be honest, it's faster than any of the coins out there on the market. But again, we're going to dive into all those details in a bit more in the member section. So if that's what you want to, if you want to learn about this coin, if you really want to get into understanding what you're investing in, I highly recommend going to cryptocoinguru.net. Go to the members section, the CCG membership section right here, and honestly, get the membership. It's $15 a month. We're not charging $150, $300, $400 a month, any exorbitant, ridiculous amount that we've seen other people charge, because we're not here to try to get rich quick off of you guys. All we want to do is we want to give you the information and the power to invest, the power of that knowledge to invest your money in a way so it grows for you and you're not sitting there with holding the bags. We don't want anyone to lose money. We want you to make money, make wealth, because when you're making your wealth, what you're doing is you're validating and you're increasing cryptocurrency's existence, right? You are helping the market by making money. And at this point, we don't want the banks to make money. We want you, the consumer, the individual, to make money. But you can only do that if you know or understand the market, the trends, what's going on, what you're investing in, right? So $15 a month isn't much. What you're going to get a Crypto 101, which is going to be what is Bitcoin, what is Litecoin, how do I read these technical analysis charts? What is a candle? What is an SMA? Or what is a 200 MA? What's a 100 MA? What's the Fibonacci sequence? What does it mean? All that information, and that's coming soon. Altcoin info, that's exactly what we're doing right now, guys. We're going through what this coin is, what the technology is. That's what that's going to be once a month. Market updates, where the market is heading, why things are crashing, technical analysis. But not only that, these are the things that you're definitely going to benefit from when you're investing in crypto. Please don't just take your money and throw it into something just because people are saying it's great. Understand what you're throwing your money into. Understand how you're going to get returns. Understand how to make the best and the most of your returns. And please don't fall for scams like BitConnect and all these things that people are touting. Oh, you're going to go from $100 to $1 million, $100 to $1,000 overnight. It's not going to happen. You have to work for your money, regardless. Do we all wish we can make easy money? Absolutely. But it's not realistic, guys. Not only that, we want you to go to, we're doing a This Week in Crypto podcast as well. If you're not a member, that's fine. This is something that we're doing for free. Again, that $15 a month, what it helps us do is it helps us keep the podcast going. We're only in week 3, episode 3, but people are telling us, hey, they're really getting a lot by understanding the news and not the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt that is being put out there by the mass media. And we're putting out news, stuff that we find is very, very important for you to know on a day-to-day basis or on a week-to-week basis. All right, guys, the more you have in your arsenal of knowledge, the better investors you're going to be. And this, again, is just your starting point. This is where the cream of the crop is. The Crypto 101, the altcoin info. We talk about things for the average person, the average consumer, and for the person that is, that already knows about cryptocurrencies, but that wants that deep, gritty meat on the topic, the technology, the tech junkies. So it's for everyone. There's a bit for everyone, and it's all about having you guys make the best of your investment. So, as I say this, like I said, go to cryptocoinguru.net, check it out, become a member, help support the project, help us, help you. And you know what? Let's go on this journey. Let's go on this ride to making wealth, creating wealth, passive income, and have fun with it without worrying about, oh my gosh, where is my money going? Oh my gosh, it's crashing. We want you to invest in such a smart manner that when these crashes occur, right? Because anything that goes up will come down. You're sitting there, sitting pretty, thinking, you know what? I'm still 50% above what I put in. I'm okay. I'm still in the green. I'm not worried. But also know that whenever something goes down, it also goes up. So eventually, we want that mindset, that psychology to be ingrained in us that, hey, if it went down, that's great, because 3 months from now, 2 months from now, I'm going to be 200% above what I put in. I put in $1,000. I'm going to be at $2,000 because I diversified my portfolio based on technology and not based on hype. All right. So join the members section. And for all you guys that are already members, thank you in advance. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for allowing us to do what we love doing. And that's researching and educating the masses, the consumers and the investors out there like you, the average everyday person who's making wealth for themselves and passive income. So we do want to thank you in advance. And for those guys, the rest of the video, which is going to be pretty long, and we're going to talk about all the fun stuff here, the features, the decentralization portion of it, the smart bridge portion, the speed of it, the sustainability, interoperability, development, and all that good stuff. Join us in the member section. And we're going to continue this discussion on ARK so that you have all the information you need to invest in this great token. All right. Well, we'll see you over in the member section.